Oh,
Spencer, what happened to the offense? You guys jumped up to that quick 14-point lead, and then it just went kind of all downhill after that.
I don't know, man. We got some good looks overall. We'd love to hit a couple more shots, but, you know, at the end of the day, we get 113 to a short-handed team. You know, if we hold people closer to the 100-point mark like we try to have as a target, the game's probably a lot different.
How much do you guys miss Christian Wood and what he's able to do on the offensive end of the court?
Oh, I mean, definitely. He's like, our second or third leading scorer, right? Obviously, gives a lot of versatility around the basket, and just a big-time talent. So, you know, he definitely helps us a lot.
Spence, how did you feel in this back-to-back? Obviously, production says you felt pretty good, but you looked more explosive and you looked more forceful. But just playing back-to-backs now again after last season, you know, how has that adjustment been for you?
I mean, you know, just continue to get better, of course. Thank you for the explosive comment. I'm assuming that's because of the dunk.
Part of it, yeah.
I got you, yeah. It just continue to get better. Time heals all. Continue to work. We have a phenomenal training staff. We have a great weightlifting staff. And obviously my people back home that, you know, I worked with over the summer did a phenomenal job. So, you know, it's really just a product of the work and the great people that, you know what I'm saying, are on staff helping out every day. I could definitely use the ice tub, though, right now.
And on the opposite side, Luka says that his legs are super tired and that after a long summer and a heavy start to this season that he's feeling it. Do you sense that from him when he's out there? And in what specific ways, or examples do you have of when you've noticed Luka kind of feeling it the last few games?
No specific examples. Obviously, he's a great player. He's going to continue to dominate. But, I mean, you know, he knows his body better than anybody else. And, you know, I'm not surprised he carried a crazy load for us, made history. You know, I call him a savant, call him dominant. There's a whole lot of, you know, adjectives you can use to describe his game, his acumen, all that stuff. So, you know, he's a big-time guy, and I'm sure a couple of days just kind of rejuvenate. I'm sure he'll be locked and loaded, ready to go. We'll probably get a nice tub together.
Jason said earlier that sometimes you just have a couple bad games. Like sometimes you're just not playing that great. Can it be as simple as that maybe you'll just kind of hit a little funk here and then you'll be able to work out of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a little streak. Obviously, these are a couple poor ones. I think the more concerning thing is just allowing teams that are shorthanded or aren't necessarily the greatest, obviously, to put up points and put up big numbers. I think that's more the concerning thing. If we'd have just lost like 85 to 80, you know what I mean? It's just like, yo, we didn't score. Like, this was terrible. Like, what are we doing? We just didn't make shots. But to Coach's point, I mean, 82 games is a long season, plus playoffs, 100 games. Like, sometimes things happen.
Thank you. Spencer, I know this is your second time here since the trade. How long did it take for you to get over the disappointment that your tenure with this team probably didn't work out the way both sides intended it to work out?
I mean, you know, for the most part, I've been in this league a long time. I didn't really too much care. I really just didn't like being kicked out the door on the way with, like, false narratives. That was what pissed me off. As you know, like, and not to beat a dead horse or make y'all laugh, but, like, if anything's said to my face, I can tolerate it. Like, we're all grown men. Like, it is what it is. Also allow me to have what I want to say back, too, though. But, you know, whenever it's said behind your back or you're kind of kicked out the door or whatever it is, that's when it's kind of sucky. You feel me? Because I didn't really have nothing bad to say about nobody. And any questions that I raised were of an altruistic nature because any team I'm on, I want to win. And whatever role I have, whether it be six-man, you know, starter, second option, whatever, like, I've played them all throughout my career. So, you know, I've always played basketball just to win the game, understanding who I am and what I am in this league.
Is there anything specific that you're referring to in terms of what was said when you went out the door?
No, I mean, they said I was a bad team and a cancer. I mean, everybody knows that. Everybody knows the narrative I came to Dallas with. Like, that's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's, in my opinion, obviously false. I think it came from me just asking logical questions. You know what I'm saying, about roles, hierarchy, all that other stuff on a team that didn't really seem to have it. You know what I'm saying, last year. And they tried to frame it as if, like I was saying, like I should be the man or something, which is blatantly false because we had Bradley Beal. Like, and even when I signed, it was to be Bradley Beal's co-pilot. Like, have y'all ever heard me come in here and be like, I should play more than Luka Doncic? No, because I don't do stuff like that. Like, I'm a very logical person. Nobody does that. I just ask normal questions. Yeah, like, but think about it. I'd go viral. Everybody would flame me. Like, think about it. That's not even in my character. As much as y'all have talked to me, like, but on the same token, right? Like, if out of nowhere Coach Kidd decided he was gonna play like all 15 guys equal minutes, right? You'd kind of be like, we got a top like 5 player in the world. Like, maybe he should play 35 instead of like everybody playing 18. Like, I would ask that question, but I think everybody would ask that question. So it just didn't make much sense. Sorry for the little. Y'all get me up here ranting every day. But that was it, really. Y'all know me by now. I'm pretty laid back. I'm gonna go home and cook some food.
Hey,
Shoot, maybe.
hey, Spence. This worked for you so well tonight. I know it was a return game, but it just seemed like you had extra juice tonight.
I mean, not really. I had a cup of coffee here. The Nets games actually mean far more to me than the Wizards games. I just made threes, and then because I'm fairly good at getting to the basket, it opens the game because then they have to pressure me, and then I'm able to go by people a little bit easier than when they can gap if I'm not hitting. So, you hit a couple threes and it's all opens up.
How do you guys get this thing turned around going home with this 5-game home streak?
I mean, we have mature guys in the locker room. We got one of the best players in the world, and we got literally the best fan base in the world. I think we sell out more than anybody, right, or something like that. So the recipe for success is there. We just got to, stay focused, stay locked in, and do our jobs. Nah, remember I told you, smoothies and steak are my big components of my diet.
He played really good. We couldn't stop him, and he was just attacking us all night long.
Luka, offensively, did y'all want more ball movement? Do you feel like y'all moved the ball? Did it get stagnant at points, and why was that?
I think we had open shots, especially in the first half. I think they were playing box and one. If I went to the post, they double me. So I think we had good shots. But it's our defense. We got to make sure we get better at it.
Luka, I know you mentioned it's been back-to-back, and we all understand the difficulty of that, but you just mentioned, maybe a little bit of tire, long summer. Do you look at the schedule and see where you can, maybe get some days off, and get some rest and start to feel a little bit better physically in terms of your stamina?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get days off. That's my problem. I don't go all day, every day, but for sure at some point, if something's bothering me, we're gonna see what I can rest, which team, but just not trying to take a rest. But obviously, I think I need one. We have one day off now, and then we'll see.
What have you made of Spencer's last 2 games, particularly in terms of how explosive he looks? I know he didn't play back-to-backs last year after surgery, but this back-to-back he was wildly productive.
Yeah, as I said, since the beginning of the season, I think he's been great. Not everything you can see on the stat sheet. I mean, today obviously you can see, but sometimes he don't score a lot, but he helps me a lot, specifically their backcourt. But like I said yesterday, we help each other, but I got to help him more.
Did you get a chance to see KP after the game or before the game?
Yeah. I talked to him. So he has a nice beard. No, but I saw his comments when he said, but he's a real professional. After trade, you can go against that team that traded you. You can say a lot of things, but he was always nice to Dallas, always nice to me. So I really respect him.